And welcome to Smile and Spread a Little Joy. I'm Deborah, known as the Smile Lady. And today we have a guest, which is Gerald Freeny, the 2019 president of the Tournament of Roses Parade. And the theme, which I absolutely love, is the melody of life. How did he pick that theme? But basically, as you heard, I have guests on my show that have a smile to share. That's why I'm a member of the Tournament of Roses. If they didn't smile, I wouldn't be there. And smile, as you saw in the beginning, is support, motivate, invest, love, and educate, because we were all born to smile. But guess what? I'm going to get a different side of Mr. Gerald Freeny. I know the melody of life. We're going to find out more about that. But we want to know what makes him tick, why he was a good candidate to be the president of the 2019 Tournament of Roses. So without further ado, Gerald Freeny, the president of the 2019 Rose Parade, the melody of life. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon.
I know, and it's an honor. I don't want to let you slide with my very first question, which is what you, Gerald Freeny, love doing so much you would do it even if you did not get paid.
I like to volunteer, and I like to give back to the community, and I really love to go to speak to young people as far as my experiences, and I try to mentor as many young men and young women that I can as far as how we are, how I grew up and how it is to always be positive and be successful and be around positive people and successful people, because in that way it rubs off on you and you're positive and successful. But I also look at the fact that I talk to the young people about having a vision, have a goal in life. Yes. Have a goal, know where you want to go, but also have a backup plan just in case you don't reach that goal. So that way, you can always be a positive and productive citizen in our great city here in Pasadena.
You see, that's what makes me smile. And we were all born to smile, but a lot of us don't tap into that gift. And a lot of youth, if you can't see it, sometimes you can't be it. I know a lot of African Americans want to be a president now. They saw Obama or this, and you go, whoa, I can be. And that's what Smile is about, bringing positive role models with a smile. And I've even had drug addicts on here that's recovered and now out there helping people, because it's not the way you start, it's the way you finish the race. Now, you with this smile and the Tournament of Roses, we can get into that, you're helping people. So that's a great match. Because when they interviewed me, I said, now how are you going to make me smile? What do you do? Came and recruited me out of the NAACP meeting. Joan Madsen and Libby Evans, they're the ones that came and recruited me in. These are questions I had to ask, and it was a perfect match for me because I saw what they were doing in the community. So now that we know this is the right match, who's your support system?
I would have to say my family, but my wife is I call her my better half, because she's the one that has been there for me, keeps me molded, keeps me round. She's probably one of the few people that can tell me you're doing it wrong, and I will listen. Okay. But I also have to give credit to my mom and my daughter. Name? My mom's name is Charlie Freeny.
Okay, Charlie Freeny. Okay.
Right, and I have to give also some deference to my daughter. I got 3 strong women in my life. Three strong women.
You're going to make a good president.
3 strong women, and they encourage me. They're my biggest critics, but I give a lot of deference to my wife because she's there and she's very supportive and she takes care of me and keeps me strong.
That's good, because you were going through some challenges for a while, and I know she's one of the ones that was praying and helping you through that.
Oh, most definitely.
That's good. That's good. Now, your motivation, I know it's the youth. That's the M in Smile, your motivation. So the motivation, let's just kind of cross those, the family, but to keep you going to become president. Because how long have you been with the Tournament of Roses?
This January 1st will be 31 years for me.
30? Oh.
It'll be my 31st parade.
Isn't that ironic that you became? on your anniversary.
Right.
Oh,
31 years.
how cool is that? Okay, so your motivation. What was your motivation to keep you, going through everything? What do you have to do to become president?
Well, first of all, if we talk about motivation, I had a lot of mentors that were in
there you go.
the Tournament of Roses.
Thank you.
That really took interest in me, and they gave me a lot of insight, a lot of motivation, and to hang in there. And a lot of them were past presidents. A lot of them are past presidents of the Tournament of Roses. Back in 1993, 94, I was able to become one of the first at-large members on the executive committee. So I got to know the leadership, and I was able to learn about the association. And so I saw what was entailed and what it would take. And it has taken a while, but you have to learn this organization to be able to be the president and chairman of the board.
Because it takes 25 to 30 years.
Most definitely. And that's why you look at the fact of you have to learn this organization to be able to run it.
And I think that's fair.
You have to. You have to.
And
you have to put your time in.
Yes.
This is not something that you should just come in overnight and learn. It's something that you have to learn by being involved and having people mentor you and taking the time with you to expose you and give you experiences. So that's something that we all go through as becoming presidents of this great organization.
One thing I like is we all start out the same, the first 3 committees.
Correct.
I love that. Then you got to be out by 67. They raised the mark, so I can't be in it. This is my last rotation, so.
Well, you can still be in tournament
And
auxiliary.
yes. I love that because I get to pick my committee.
Right. You can still volunteer.
Yes. So anyway, I love that part of it, and sad that I'm kind of be out, but I personally don't. The white suit kind of, vanity makes me look like this. So most of us don't like to wear the white suit, especially, me.
Right.
So I can choose committees where I don't have to
wear a white suit, you can wear the blue-gray.
I loved the Heritage giving a tour of the house.
Right.
So there's a lot of, that's one thing I like. You all start out the same, plus you rotate and you have to learn every committee before you become president, right?
Right.
Okay, good. Now, invest. I know you just are not the Tournament of Roses president. You are Gerald Freeny, and you invest back into the community with your gifts. So how do you invest and give back? That's the I in smile. The I in invest, giving back. What is your favorite thing to give back? Do you sing in the choir? Do you go out and feed the homeless? I know you do the speaking.
Right. I speak to young men and women in the schools a lot with regards to being successful. I also volunteer with my fraternity. We have a program where we mentor
and
young.
To mention it.
There's 2 of them, Kappa Alpha Psi.
There you go.
And the Boule, the Sigma Gamma. And we mentor young men of color with regards to the rights and wrongs and how to be positive and how to learn once you get to college and, just giving them insight on life matters and mentor them. And whenever they're in school or college, wherever they are, they have access to us. So that way, if they run into any situations or anything to that effect, they can contact us and we try to help them. Try to be that surrogate parent.
There you go. I just today, before coming here, I lost a friend, Leonard Dixon, and I met him in the streets. And he was saying how he took the wrong path and he did this and he made wrong choices. He didn't blame it on his mother or this or that. But one thing he said during the interview, and I'm going to rerun the show because his funeral was today, he said, if I would have had that strong male role model or somebody there to guide me, that somebody would send me to them. My mother, little this and the other, and I was like, But it was just that missing link of that strong force right in the house that stayed on him because he's a huge person.
Right.
And sometimes, like with Shaquille O'Neal, they had to make the Shaq Attack rule, that 2-minute rule, because he was so huge. Sometimes when you're like that, you need that strong presence, and you are that. I see you in the community and all of that, and I hear nothing but positive about you.
Well, I appreciate that. And I have to say, too, my parents were divorced, but I had uncles, grandfathers, and I had that were there that stayed on me.
Yes.
And made me, I even had cousins, believe it or not, when I was at John Muir High, they may be out ditching class, but I couldn't ditch.
Yes.
They'd be telling me, get in class.
Yeah, see?
Get in class.
See, it takes a whole village. And there is no excuse. And I'm telling you, ladies, you can come challenge me. We can have a panel. I strongly believe, and this is my final answer, is a woman can raise a grown boy, but she cannot teach him how to be a man. You have to get positive male role models. You got to get positive role models around. Don't be too proud to ask for help. You know, go to a pastor, or go to someone positive and say, help me with my son, or help me with this. So, yes, you raised a really nice, polite young man, you know, whatever. But to teach those, I can't teach those male things.
Right.
I really can't. You know, I had 3 girls and then a boy, and I was clueless. Just little things that boys did. I said, oh, wow, I forgot. Don't sit me down, mama. I'm like, oh, you know, just different things we miss.
Right. Well, I think it's a thing, too, of a man talking to another man.
Exactly.
It's a thing of a respect thing. Not saying we don't respect the women, but it's a thing of, you know, when another man is saying to you, and it's not mom or dad, you kind of listen more. It's like my nephews. My nephews will call me before they call their own dad.
See?
Because I will listen. I won't yell yet.
Exactly.
I'm going to listen first.
You need that village.
Right.
Yeah.
I will listen first, then give advice.
Exactly.
And I think that's what we do as far as mentoring our young people of color in our community.
Exactly.
As far as sometimes they have to have a listening voice.
Exactly.
Just somebody just to listen to them and just hear them out, and then say, well, you don't want to go that way. You don't want to go this way. Try this, and if it doesn't work, give me a call back, but I'm here to support you.
And see, I can speak for myself. Sometimes we get too emotional and we can go talk, 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 and don't listen. And then sometimes with my son being raised in a house with 5 women, you know, he don't want to listen to another woman ever again.
Right.
So, you know, I connected him with Chuck Thomas at Outward Bound Adventures. That really, I think, saved his life. Positive programs like that. Now, before we get into the love and educate, Melody of Life. I love your poster, the piano and the saxophone and the rose. Saxophone happens to be one of my favorite instruments. I don't know how to play it, but that's one of my favorite. I call it the sexy phone. It's a sexy instrument to me. How did you come up with the design? Did your wife help you? How did you come up with that whole Melody of Life?
The Melody of Life came up, my daughter came up with the words about 4 or 5 years ago. We were just playing around one night and we wrote it down, because that's one thing we do as president. As we're coming into the president,
because you know 8 years in advance,
right? We know 8 years in advance, so we write down little phrases, and Melody of Life just kept coming back to us, and we tweaked it just a little bit. But actually, we looked at the Melody of Life because it's music, it's universal, and if you look at our poster, it has a globe on it, and so it's universal. I mean, it's worldwide, and it brings back memories back from, you know,
the womb.
Yeah, or when you were little, right,
right,
or high school or college, and it rekindles families. Because in families, we all, at holiday times, we always have music on. And so it just brings back some memories. And then it also is a thing that, as you said, I did have some tough times. I had some health issues. And those health issues, the doctors told my family, let him listen to some music because it'll keep him calm, it'll keep him soothed. And that's what it does. It calms you. And it healed me, because it helped heal me, because I'd have to think about some of the things I was going through, because my daughter bought me some Beats. And I was sitting up and, you know, I was going through some chemo, and I was sitting up listening to my music, and I wasn't even thinking about how it affected me, because it was just relaxing me, keeping me relaxed.
See?
But I got to tell you a little something, though, Darren.
Okay, go ahead.
I really wanted a sports thing, but my wife said no.
Okay, now,
I got outvoted in my own house by my wife and my daughter.
I'm going to put some on you that I didn't even think about until you were talking about it, and your face was glowing. With you and your wife, what was the music that you slow danced to, or either danced to at your wedding? What was your favorite little tune there?
Wife loves Luther Vandross.
Oh.
That's one of her favorites.
I love you, I love you, I love you.
She loves Luther Vandross. That's one of her favorites. Matter of
a
fact,
house is not a home. I'm not going to get to sing for y'all.
Right.
Y'all probably have to pay me. So what was the song that you loved to, like, you know, slow dance and stuff, your little melody?
She has a ton of them she likes, and I just can't remember the specific one. But if Luther comes on,
okay,
I'm on the dance floor with her.
I may throw some of that Luther, as long as it's under 15 seconds when I edit your piece.
Okay.
I do it for her. There you go. Okay, so now that I know music was healing, it's calming, and they just came out. You can Google this one. Since the youth don't, they Google. Even if I say something, they say I'm going to Google it to see if you're telling the truth. They just said Now, they could have paid me the thousands of dollars to give them this answer.
Right.
They got these Ivy Leagues, did a study, and said that, did you know that kids with rhythm and they're taught with music and beats in the classroom, their vocabulary increases, they are calmer, and they get along? That just came out like not even a month ago.
Hey,
They
it
could
works.
pay me that money.
It
I could have
works.
told them that.
It works.
It works. So your theme is very timely because it came out about 3 to 4 weeks ago. It was a huge study on teaching them to the beat. It increases their vocabulary, attention span, and they do overall better in school. And they're trying to take music out of the school, and I'm fighting for arts staying in the school.
Right. We need that because it is an outlet for our kids to do something different. If they don't play sports or they're not into the
Exactly.
science, you have something else that they can relate to, which is music, and we all listen to music.
Exactly. And you know, Howard Gardner, you know, the it was 7 forms of intelligence, increased to 9. There's probably even more because with the technology aspect coming into it. There's so many different forms of intelligence that some kids don't even do well in the classroom at all.
Right.
Then others only thrive in the classroom, and they concentrate only 4 forms of intelligence. The concentration, they cover them all, but the concentration to get in your big colleges or this or that, those 4 main ones, your
Right.
science, your math, your reading, your this, but they don't take the nature, because a lot of the things that they're categorizing the children on, attention deficit, ADHD, is
Right.
nature deficit disorder.
Wow.
It's the fact that they don't get out. They're taking gym away. They're taking the arts away.
Well, it also said that a lot of kids are playing with iPads.
So-
They don't go out and like we used to look forward to recess.
Mama had to call us at, you know.
Call us in when the when the lights came on.
They had to find us. Now you can't get them out. Wait, Richard Louv, in his book, it says, why aren't you outside and playing, young man? There's no plugs out there.
Yeah.
And then I love to bowl, so I went to Texas and I took my bowling shoes and everything and took my grandkids to bowl, and they're going like,
This is boring.
And I'm kicking their rear end, right? I'm kicking their rear end. The next time I came back, Nana, guess what? We got the app with the bowling on the big screen.
The weave.
That's it. That's what that
The
thing
weave.
is called. Yes.
Right. Because we have it at home too.
And I'm like, they even took my bowling into the computer.
Oh, hey,
and
but that's fun. No, that's fun.
But they kicked the rear end.
That's fun.
No, they kicked my
I think
rear
I hurt
end.
my back playing my wife one night. I was trying to beat her so bad because she was beating me so bad. I was trying to get her, and she got me. She was getting me, and my daughter got me.
That's
so
it.
I'm
See,
like,
that's it. I played that, and well, my rotator cuff had to be because I was really good, and I switched to a fingertip, and so it was a 13-pound ball. So now, I could beat them regular bowling,
right.
but I couldn't beat them on that
Me too.
computer.
I can beat them regular bowling, but not on TV.
So
Get with the
me and
weave.
maybe me and you could team up against your daughter.
We can go play some real.
Go ahead.
Some
We won't
real.
tell 'em.
Some real.
We
We
won't
won't
tell
tell
'em.
them. Okay.
Now, love. I know the love of your life, your
Yes.
prime rib.
Yes.
I know your daughter and stuff like that. You love because you love, because you know love is not love until you give it, and a bell is not a bell until you ring it. So with that, did you always love yourself and what you do and your careers and everything? Did you always
I think
been
what
this confident and
Well, what I would say to that, and I give my mom that credit, because my mom always taught
Charlie
me,
Freeny, where are you? Thank you. Thank you.
because my mom always taught me that you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else.
There you go.
So she started that at a young age, and my grandmother, both my sides, my mom and my dad, they always preached love, and they were always into the church. So, you know, we always went to Sunday school, went to church as a youngster, and it was just something where the word was something about love too, to treat people as you expect to be treated. Love your neighbor as you love thyself.
And for God so loved the world.
that he gave his only begotten son.
And out of all of these things, the greatest of these is love.
Love.
Yeah. So what church do you go to now?
I go to Historic First Lutheran now. It's on Orange Grove, near Orange Grove and Los Robles. It's about a block up, right by Buckeye.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I was. I got a scholarship to Zion Lutheran in Cleveland. I was born in New York, but in
Okay.
Cleveland, I got a scholarship to Zion Lutheran in Ohio. So now your education. Where did you go to school?
I went to Pasadena Christian School right here, and then I graduated from John Muir High. I'm a Mustang. Go Mustangs. Go Mustangs, blue and gold. And then I went to Cal State LA, where I graduated with a degree in business finance.
So I guess Mustangs don't like you wearing that red jacket.
Oh, well, you know what? I have a pin right here in my pocket that has Muir on it.
Oh,
They asked me to put it on my jacket on my interviews, but I said, no, I can't do that. But I do have a Mustang pin that they gave me to put on my red jacket.
Yeah, but I absolutely love this. I love the theme. I love that you, your wife, and thank you that they didn't go with the sports theme, Mrs. Freeny. That melody of life just seems so encompassing. See, sometimes you need that little prime rib.
Well, that prime rib always says I never listen, but I listen more than she knows.
I want you to give her for me, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll try.
You try. Yes. So right now we've gone through that whole smile. You make me smile. I'm really looking forward to working my last 2 years and working with you. And I know another Farber is the 2020, right?
Right, Laura Farber.
I'm loving that. So all the presidents were great, but I'm going out on a really good note. But before we close, I don't want to get away from that. I want you to look in your camera and give your words of wisdom for 2019. It could be for the youth. It could be for anything. What do you want to say?
The thing I would say to our youth is that it's something that I preach all the time. Have a vision, have a goal, know where you want to go, and don't be afraid to ask questions. One other thing, surround yourself with positive and successful people. Because if you're around positive and successful people, you're going to be successful. If you're around negative people, people that are doing wrong, you're going to get yourself into a situation that you don't need to be in. But always think about that. Be positive, be around people that are successful, and you will be successful, and you will be someone.
And we'll see them at the 2019
Tournament Roses Parade, January 1st, 2019, America's New Year celebration, and come to the Granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl game.
What was that theme again?
The melody of life.
That's what I'm talking about. And you know what? My words of wisdom, and we always share that smile. If you're not working your purpose, what is your purpose? And like Muhammad Ali said, and I don't know if that was his original quote, it was, the service that you give to others is the rent you pay here on earth. So, are you trying to freeload or are you sharing your smile? Support, motivate, invest, love, and educate. I just absolutely
Thank you so
love
much.
it.
Thank you so much.
This is just great.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward. Anybody else out there you want to thank, teachers or mentors in the tournament? I know Candy. I love Candy. She is so sweet. She's really sweet.
Yeah.
And,
there are a lot of people I could name.
Yeah, so you don't want to miss anybody and mess it up.
But you know what I would say to you is the fact that a lot of the past presidents, from Juan Occam to Corky to Mike Ward to Gary Hayward to everybody that was there in 1993, based on the fact that when we made the change and they steered our organization to where we are now, if they wouldn't have done that, I would not be sitting here now.
Yeah, you know what I love? Here's what I love. I love the 15, 16 years I've been with the Tournament of Roses, that when you write out those forms to say what you want to have change,
Yes.
I see them. A lot of the changes, you go, whoa, they kind of listen.
Right.
So that's one thing I see that they're moving forward there. But I know our time is running out, and I am just so happy that I got to see the other side of you and the joking side. And
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much.
I may just have her come on, and we're just doing. So you won't be mad if we just have a separate show together.
No, go for it.
Okay, go for it.
Go for it.
'Cause
If you can get her, because I'm normally the talking one in the house. She's kind of shy at sometimes.
Okay, what about your daughter?
Both of no, my daughter. Oh, she's like me.
Oh, she could sit in this chair and just
she's like me.
Okay, good.
Well, she's a junior high school teacher, so she's dealing with kids. So she knows how to talk.
I would love to have her then. Okay,
she can talk to kids.
Okay, good. Well, thank you so much. You know what, ladies and gentlemen, I am just so honored to have one of the first African American president of the Tournament of Roses, 2019, the Melody of Life. He is more than just the president of the Tournament of Roses. He is a great mentor, friend, and example for our youth out there. He truly makes me smile. Thank you.
Say welcome to the Tournament House and welcome to be here. I just want to give you a little my background and talk a little bit about the tournament to you, what a great organization we have here. But before I go into our organization, I'll just give you a little bit of my background. This will be my 31st parade.
Wow.
I've been here 31 years. That's one thing I'll go into, the fact that the tournament here, we are a big family, and we all stick together. And you meet a lot of people if you join, and it's about friendships, about families, about having a good time. When I was a chair of a lot of the committees I chaired before I got onto the executive committee, I always told people on the committee, you gotta have fun. We're here to have fun. You gotta make yourself have fun. I'm gonna try to help you, but you gotta have fun. And that's what we are here. We are a big family. My daughter, this is her 6th year. Lance's son, 6th year. Alex, who's on the executive committee with us, his daughter, 6th year. All our kids are starting to join because of the fact that they saw what we did when we were young, and they were always with us. My daughter was cleaning grandstands with me when I was chair of grandstands, but she got high school credits for it. So even though she was doing it, she was there. Lance's son was out with us. We always brought our kids. And that's one thing I want to stress to you about the tournament, as far as us being a big family. We always take care of each other. We always look out for each other. When I joined, I joined to make new friends and make contacts here in the city, and I grew up here. And there was 4 of us that joined together because we all had gone to high school together. We had gone off and gone to college, and then we came back to here, and we all decided to join. Out of the 4 of us, 2 of us became president.
Wow.
Brad Radleth and us, and we all graduated together. So 2 of us became presidents, which is a blessing. But what better thing to do on New Year's Eve than put a parade down on the parade route on New Year's Day, And you just be excited about the fact of seeing how the people that come from out of town, how they see how we are. And that's one of my visions this year, and I have given our leadership goals, is to what can we do to make our parade better? And it's the people that we bring in, it's the people that make our parade, it's the people that make our organization. And what it does is, I want people to have a wow factor with our organization. I want people to see that I need to join that organization. They look like they have a lot of fun, and it's a big family, and that's what we are. We do everything. We have barbecues, we have mixers, we meet probably once a month. We'll go have dinner. We just do things here, and it's just about having fun. I'll tell you a little bit about my background as far as why I picked the theme, Melody of Life. Music is universal, and it's something that soothes you, it calms you, it keeps you going, it keeps you focused. And I've had health problems along the way. But now, as far as my health, as far as music, I had cancer back in 1993, and it caused me to have a liver transplant on July 12, 1993. My liver lasted for 22 years. And in 2011, I got cancer again from being exposed to so much out there in the streets as far as working. And I had chemo, and it beat my body up really bad. And the music helped me. It got me through a lot of stuff. It kept me from thinking about pain and everything. And my tournament family was here. They really did a lot for me as far as what I was going through. I know I kid you about Lance. Believe it or not, he stayed with me through several of my chemo treatments. Took me to some of my chemo treatments. There are several past presidents that gave me blood. I have their blood running through me now. So I tell everybody, you got a problem with me, it's them. It's not me, it's them. So anyway, that caused me to have another liver and kidney transplant in 2015. I'm standing here by the grace of God.
That's right.
My body was But that's why music means so much to me, because it really helped me get through what I was going through. And I'll tell you another thing, real quick. If you've had surgery, doctors have music on when you go in there. And I can remember hearing Frank Sinatra. I can hear opera. They had rap. They had Motown. They had all kind of music. And I'll never forget the one time I went in with one of my doctors, and he had on some rap music. He just popping and just, I'm like, please don't cut me wrong. But anyway, in closing, we have fun here, and we have a great time. We love each other, we take care of each other, and you will have a good time if you decide to join, because we believe in taking care of each other. And I want to say, I wish everybody a prosperous year. Please come back on January 1st, 2019, because we're going to try to wow you this year, too.